What's up, everybody? It's Noto the Nomad here, coming to you with another video, man. And in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about the dorm rooms of Old Faithful in the Old Faithful area. Working for Xanterra is a seasonal job, seasonal work at Yellowstone. So I'm pretty sure y'all done seen these the applications have gone out. You know, they sent the messages, the alerts and all that, so everybody's applying and, you know, applying for the next summer season. So if you're planning on working in the Old Faithful area, you might want to get this video a watch, because it'll be a very informative video about the dorm room situations. Your living situations is something that I feel like is important for you to learn before you get there. And if you want to hear a little something, you want a few nuggets or whatever, you want to tune into this and, you know, just watch. So I'm going to list them. I guess they would say worst to best. I won't even say the worst or best, but I'm going to start off with Columbine. So Columbine, and to give you a little bit of backdrop on me, I was here and I was working for the deep clean crew. So I cleaned out all the dormitories before everybody got there. So if anybody's wondering about my credibility, I worked there for the last season at Old Faithful for a 6-month contract, a little bit over that. But I came in early to work in all the dorms and clean out all the dorms before everybody came here, before everybody came in to live. So I got a good look at how everything is, and I seen when people was living there too. So just a little bit of credibility on my end, a little backdrop of how I know what I'm talking about. So starting off with Columbine, it's over there behind the rec center. It's kind of like down in the hill a little bit. Now I would say Columbine, it wouldn't be the most ideal situation. It's more like college, you get like more like 3 to the room. You'll see that there is much more prevalent there. Actually, I feel like it's the only place that have 3 to a room, if I'm not mistaken, because I haven't seen 3 to a room in any other dormitory that I'm going to mention here. But in Columbine, you will get those 3 to a room situations there, and like the showering area is mostly going to be shared between the floors in those cases. So that's what I've been hearing, that's what I've seen. But in Columbine, it's really not most ideal. It's not it's not it's not going to be the one that most people are going to recommend. I don't recommend it, but I would put it like this: most of the internationals usually end up being in Columbine. But I feel like everything is what you make of it. You make the best of whatever situation you're in. And I've seen a lot of the internationals just being happy-go-lucky, just walking around, or whatever. They spend their time one way or another. But I'm talking about, for most people, it's not going to be the most ideal to go in Columbine. I'm gonna tell you that now. But like I say, it's what you make of it. Yeah, it's got I think it's like 3 floors. I'm not really sure. It's pretty dark at night when you go down and around. But the space from the EDR is it's about the same as walking down employee path almost, if you want to measure it or whatever. But everybody just say that Columbine is less ideal, so it is what it is. Everybody talks smack about Columbine, and that's just that. So next we're gonna move to Bitterroot, and Bitterroot is right over there next to. It's the closest thing to the employee pub. I might as well go in and mention Lupine with this, because Lupine is right across from where the management apartment complex is. There's a management apartment complex in between these 2 dormitories, but these 2 dormitories pretty much had the same layout. In Lupine, I've seen a lot of single bathrooms in the regular room. In Bitterroot, I see a lot of Jack and Jill situations, and if anybody's not familiar with what Jack and Jill is, it's basically when 2 rooms share 1 bathroom. So it has two doors where you can come in through that door, and it has access to that other room, and they can both open the door and see through the room, but it's 1 bathroom shared between 2 rooms. If you look at it in that situation, there's a lot of that going on in Bitterroot. I'm not sure if I haven't seen any single bathrooms in Bitterroot. I'm not saying there aren't any, but I haven't really seen it. I've seen it more prevalent in Lupine than I have in Bitterroot. As far as Lupine, from my experience, staying in Lupine, well, not staying in Lupine, but actually being over there and like observing and coming in and out of there, I would notice that it's a lot calmer. It has a little more eerie feeling because of the lighting situation in there. It's a bit darker. The lights are a bit dimmer over there at Lupine. It looks, to be honest with you, with Lupine, it looks a bit haunted in my opinion. But To be honest, it's quite calm. It's quite quiet. Every time I've gone over there, it's been quiet. If anybody's having a conversation in the hallway, you'll definitely hear it. You can still hear a pin drop in there. Lupine is pretty much calm for the most part. But Bitterroot, on the other hand, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're a person that's a light sleeper, that really values their sleep and really values their rest, and not much of a partier and not much of a person that can really handle noise like that, Bitterroot is definitely not the dorm for you, especially on the second floor or the first floor, depending on who you're staying underneath, especially on that left side kind of. But I'm gonna tell you right now, there's a lot of things that go down in Bitterroot. It's just that it's a lot of things I'm not gonna just mention, but it's a lot of, they call it the party dorm for a reason, and it's something like the projects. We call this like a little joke, it's like the projects, but to be honest, when you're in there, that's what it seems like, but it's really not so bad as what you make of it. And the dorm itself isn't really so bad. It's not really so bad. It has heating, but I will tell you right now, everything you need to know, when it gets hot, I advise for you to get a fan. I really advise for you to get a fan in all these dorms, because I don't think any of these dorm rooms have any AC in them. So I'm gonna tell you right now, getting like a fan from somewhere, getting a fan from a store or something, like it was even like a little small fan, somewhere, a box fan or whatever, you're definitely gonna need that, because at first it's gonna be cold, you know, I got the heat and all that, but when it starts getting hot and you start tossing and turning at night, and you ain't got nothing but a heater in your room, you're going to wish you had that fan. So I'm going to tell you right now, having that fan is going to be paramount, especially in these two dorms. Especially in there. I mean, I say every dorm that don't have any AC, a fan is definitely ideal in these two dorms. Okay, what else is about? I'll say Bitterroot, and other than the Jack and Jill situation, it's pretty much the same. Those two are pretty much the same. They got the same layout, especially like from the windows to the bed. I noticed some of Lupine's rooms seem a little smaller than Bitterroot. I don't know, maybe it seems a lot more compact than Bitterroot, but I say the trade-off is a lot quieter over there. It is a lot quieter over there, but as far as like Bitterroot and Lupine, I would say Bitterroot is more of the party dorm. Is right next to the right next to the pub. People can just stumble over there. Even people that don't even stay over there be over there partying over there at Bitterroot, because it's a lot more leniency. It's a more of it going on over there, and everybody knows this. It's not like, oh, I'm just blowing up the spot. Everybody knows this. It's not a secret. It's not some type of groundbreaking discovery that it goes down at Bitterroot. It just does. It just does. It's more so like the party dorm. So if that's your speed and you want to turn up and you want to be around the action, you want to turn up. Now I'm saying like, hey, responsibly, of course, and within the legal, within the legal age and all that stuff, of course. But if that's your speed and you want that, because that's definitely where it goes down at. That's where it goes down at. Bitterroot is where it is. Even people that don't stay there, they go over there to turn up as well, especially like in like the common rooms. But it just is what it is. So I'm just telling you that now. Bitterroot is definitely where it goes down. So let me see. Okay, that's next. Larkspur. Larkspur is the big building. It got a lot of green on it. It's got a lot of green on the roofs. It's more of the greenish looking building. So Larkspur, I would say they have the biggest rooms. Larkspur has the biggest rooms. And actually, let me go back to Bitterroot because in Paintbrush, when we get there later, they have these dividers. But in Bitterroot, we have these big dressers. So I'll say another hack that you can use for Bitterroot is to get those dressers, those two big dressers, have one facing your way and the other, your roommate's on facing their way. And you put them in the center and you can create your own divider. So if you want some type of privacy, of course, you probably don't see it in other people's rooms. But I'm just saying, this is like just recommending it, because if you want privacy and you want to come in, you be like, oh man, I can just look over and see my roommate. But if you don't want that situation, it's not a safety hazard to put your dressers in the center, as long as your bed is 6 inches away from the heater or whatever and all that stuff like that. But it's not really a safety hazard. I feel like if you want a little more privacy, doing that divider thing with the dressers is definitely a thing you should definitely consider. And to be honest with you, it feels good to look up and not just have to look somebody in the face every time. Just even if you like the person, it's cool, but it creates a little element of privacy. It's just a little something to give it there. Okay, Larkspur. I would say these are the pretty much biggest rooms. They have you go inside. They have like this little sinking area. in the middle of the room. It got the mirror, the sink, and they got the light switch over there. You wash your hands there. They have their own bathroom. As soon as you open the door, you walk into the bathroom. They got a shower there and the bathtub there, but you got to walk outside of the bathroom in the center of the room to wash your hands. So it's set up like that. And to be honest, like, these are the most spacious rooms. These rooms are even bigger than Paintbrush, in my opinion. Like, no, they are bigger than Paintbrush. I don't care what anybody say. They're bigger than Paintbrush rooms. Like, as far as like cubic feet and all that, like space, like surface area, whatever you want, whatever measurement you want to call, it's more spacious. It's more spacious than any other dorm room. All the rooms that I've been in are huge. They're definitely huge. They're at least like a Bitterroot room and a half, almost. Just about a little bit bigger, or whatever. I just know those are the most spacious rooms, Larkspur. As far as the activity there, it's not really loud. I mean, some people might stumble into the first floor common room and like wild out a little bit there. You might have a few stragglers down the hallway from time to time, but it's mostly quiet there. And Larkspur, and upstairs it's mostly quiet there. Like, you might have a couple of stragglers here and there, but like stumbling in from the pub or whatever. But I mean, what dorm doesn't? If you know, but for the most part, I've heard things, because that's where one of my hangout spot was. So I heard things coming down the hallway. Okay, yeah, you might hear a little here and there. I'm like, oh, it's not that loud, but it's loud, but it's not. So you're gonna have some stumblers coming there or whatever, and it just is what it is. For the Larkspur, I mean, it's pretty calm. They got their own like soda machines. Sometimes they might have well, they had the workout room there, but they move it as soon as the season starts. They had a treadmill there. The common rooms are straight, pretty straight. They cool or whatever. They got one of the best washing rooms. I ain't gonna tell you the best washing room. And let me go back to the washing rooms too. With Bitterroot, let me go back with the Bitterroot. I'm gonna tell you right now, I absolutely hate washing clothes in Bitterroot, because there's a lot of complications there, and sometimes you might have people messing with your stuff there. And to be honest with you, and I ain't gonna really try to tell everybody my secret, but to be honest, when I stayed at Bitterroot, I washed my clothes at Larkspur. It just is what it is. I washed my clothes over at Larkspur, and I did it when nobody else was doing it. Nobody usually washed their clothes during the daytime. And just because I say it on this video doesn't mean, oh, is it gonna blow up? It's not gonna blow up the spot, because people gonna wash their clothes. People wash their clothes at certain times, and you gonna figure out that pattern. And you walk by there enough, you'll be like, oh, it's usually empty around this time, and it usually is gonna always be empty around that time. So you don't gonna have too many complications. The only complication you're gonna have is walking your clothes over there, but not try to take huge loads. I take my stuff in like I'll take half a load, half here, keep them washed for the most part. I don't try to take a huge load walking all the way from Bitterroot, hanging it and walking over there like I'm Santa Claus with a sack of gifts, walking over there like I'm the Grinch that stole Christmas or something like that. I'm not doing that. But I'll wash in increments or whatever like that, in sections, so I don't have to wash a whole big load. That's the way to keep my clothes clean and avoid having to use that washing room. I forgot all about the washing room. But I love Larkspur's washing room. It's very nice and neat and spacious. They have a public bathroom. Larkspur's the only dorm that I've seen that has a public bathroom. So downstairs, there's a public bathroom there. I don't know if there's one upstairs. I'm not really familiar with that. There was the only one that has a public bathroom. And now they have a drinking machine in there too. So Larkspur is pretty nice, pretty quiet, but very spacious. Man, check it out. I mean, you're not really going to know what dorm you're going to end up getting put in, but Larkspur is very spacious and definitely a very different setup. You won't be able to do the divider situation in there because they don't have those huge dressers in Larkspur like they do in Bitterroot and Lupine. But even if you did do that, the room is so spacious it almost will be to no avail. You see what I'm saying? So the room is so spacious it'll be like two little dressers in the center, and you can still see around them. That's how spacious it is. In Bitterroot, it's not that spacious, so your beds are dang near like close by. But you'll see what I'm talking about when you actually get there, and you'll see why I say even if you had those dressers in Larkspur, it wouldn't really make that big of a difference. Depending on maybe the setup could be, but I don't see it happening because the rooms are huge. Okay, now back to the cream of the crop, the ye old prestigious Paintbrush, man. We got Paintbrush and all these. And fun fact, all of these dorms are named after plants, by the way. So look up the plants and you'll see which ones you like. But all the dorms are named after a plant, flower or something. I believe so. So Paintbrush. Okay, Paintbrush are the most relatively the newer dorm, the newest dorm, by the way, and they have dividers in the dorm. It's pretty much the most, I guess, the most newest prestigious dorm. Larkspur has an elevator as well, but Paintbrush has an elevator. It's a newer looking elevator. Larkspurs look a little old and, you know, looks like a haunted elevator. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it is an older model elevator. Paintbrush have a newer model looking elevator. Definitely have all the dorms have vending machines to a certain degree, but Paintbrush have the best vending machines, have the best soda machine, have the best snack machine. They have more options in Paintbrush. There they have the drink machine in Paintbrush. They recently just put a drink machine in Larkspur where you can get your filtered water machine in Larkspur recently. I'm not sure if it's working yet, but I don't know, I haven't gotten any water from there yet. But Paintbrush was the only one that had the filtered water option as soon as you walk in there. And Paintbrush is also where the housing office is stationed at. So if you need anything with housing or you need to talk to housing, the housing is stationed there, and Paintbrush right there. I'm gonna tell you right now, Paintbrush's floors, especially on the first floor, like I don't know how about the second floor like that. I haven't walked up there. I think I walked in there one time, but I haven't really heard it. But the first floor, you can hear every step. I'm telling you, you walking down there is almost like if you was trying to be like a little nephew that's trying to steal cookies out the cookie jar. I'm telling you, every step you take down that hallway, you will hear it. It's like a creak. The floor is extremely creaky down Paintbrush. And the lights are automatic, so they'll automatically turn on. Have a pretty big common room lobby area in Paintbrush over there. It's really, really nice over there. The room has a divider, has its own it has a sinking area outside of the bathroom. It's really nice inside. Really nice. Probably the nicest looking. I would say the nicest looking. But the first floor is extremely creaky. So every step you take down there in the first floor, walking down the hallway, you will hear every step. Everybody probably in their rooms can hear you walking down. That's another thing. It's extremely hollow. It's almost like it's made of boards. Like a challenge. If you can walk down this hallway without making a noise, I'll give you $500 type deal. You will not be able to do it. So I'm gonna tell you now. With that, has a very nice shower, newer version of shower. I actually did a Paintbrush tour on this channel, so you can go and take a look at that. I believe so, but yeah, that's pretty much everything you need to know. It ain't too bad. Paintbrush have a nice washing room as well, probably the nicest one besides Larkspur. I think they about neck and neck. Have a really good I would say the best free boxes are in Paintbrush and in Larkspur, in my opinion, because they have actual free boxes, not just a table you just sit it on and everybody come through. But I say the best, you get the best cream of the crop from the free boxes. Like the free boxes where people just put stuff where they don't want anymore or something like that, and you just go over there and you get it for free. It's the free box. It's called the free box. It's self-explanatory. But yeah. But I mean, I hope I ain't really leave anything out. Paintbrush is pretty quiet. It's actually the quietest dorm I've ever been in. The Paintbrush is always quiet. Like it's so quiet to the point where it's almost depressing how quiet it is in Paintbrush. Even if somebody's walking down and making noise, it's still quiet in there. It's that quiet in there. You can hear a whole conversation all the way down the hallway quiet. Drop a penny from the other side of the hallway quiet. Yeah, it's always quiet in there for the most part. Even when there's activity going on, it's still quiet. I can't really explain that, but it's just the way it is. So. And oh yeah, I almost forgot about Obsidian. Oh my goodness, how could I go back from Obsidian? I almost forgot about Obsidian. Let me go on back to Obsidian, guys. I forgot about Obsidian. It's basically, you'll see more of the older people that stay in Obsidian. Obsidian is more so for the older people. They would say it's for the older people, one, because it's more in close proximity of the Snow Lodge. It's right there next to the Snow Lodge. It's kind of an older build. They have their own bathrooms. I haven't seen any Jack and Jill type situations in Obsidian. Not sure if there is. It might be, but it's in very close proximity to Snow Lodge, right there next to. So if you don't want to be walking down the employee path all the time, Obsidian is the place for you. If you want to be in a quieter dorm where it's more elderly and stuff like that, that is the dorm for you. It's more of an elderly dorm, but when you're in there, they're definitely very serious about keeping it quiet. And if not, you will. There will be consequences, because it's just like the elder people, they want to keep it quiet. So if you come in there making a whole bunch of noise and trying to go in there and turn up like you had Bitterroot, they're not having that. I'm gonna tell you that now. They're not having that. They will call on you. They will call the security on you. So I'm gonna tell you that now. It's definitely a quiet dorm. It's not that bad. It's it's really not that different in setup when it comes to like lupine or Bitterroot. It's kind of about the same set. The only difference between that and Bitterroot is not a Jack and Jill situation with the bathrooms. It's more like lupine when it comes to the design, like. So I would say that, but it looks a bit more older on the inside, and you can kind of almost smell it a bit too. You can smell that it's a bit old. It's a smell you can't really get rid of because the building is old itself. Even if you go in there with a whole bunch of scents and all that, you'll still smell the building. It's just the way it is. And it's just pretty much that. It's not that different. It's just really quiet. It's more where the elderly stay at. It's in close proximity of the snow lodge and areas. If you don't want to walk too far, that's where it is. So hopefully I helped all you guys out with everything you need to know about the dormitory. If I've left anything out, you guys can mention them down in the comments below, but I feel like I pretty much covered everything that you will need to hear about this. So whatever you need to say, whatever questions you might have, that's about it. I mean, I feel like I covered just about everything. If I've left anything out, yeah, just go ahead and say it in the comment section. But anyway, Snodo the Nomad here, coming to you with another video. If you're enjoying the content, go on to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a video. And without further ado, I'm out.